Hi, Tracy Hugelmeyer from VintagepreneurUniversity.com, where I help vintage sellers start, grow, and scale their businesses on Etsy. I also own my own vintage shop, Rustic Eye, that I've had since 2013 on Etsy. And today I wanted to talk to you about something that we all do, and it's this, I don't want to say excuse, but it's kind of an excuse, and I'll get into what I mean by that in a minute. And that is, I don't have time for that, whatever that is. Let me tell you what I mean. So I'm just going to use myself as an example here and kind of just throw it out there for you, get a little raw and get a little honest, because that's the only way I can think of to really get this point across. So there's some things you probably know about me, like I own my shop Rustic Eye, so I have that business, and then I own VintagepreneurUniversity.com, so I have that business. So essentially I run two businesses. I work at home and of course have my house to take care of, and I have my children at home. Now, on the plus side, my children are no longer little babies, so they don't require my constant care and attention. I have 3 kids that are almost 21, 17, almost actually 17 and a half, going on 18, and 14 and a half. And only 2 of them still live at home. My son, my oldest son, is in the Marine Corps, and he's currently on the other side of the country from me. Boo-hoo, but we won't go into that. One of my daughters that's still at home, has had some health issues that have required a lot of time commitment, really, for the things that she needs from me, like doctor's appointments and things like that. And I also have an elderly father who requires a lot of help from me as well. I spend a lot of time kind of helping him with different things. So there's a lot going on in my life, and I can almost guarantee there's probably a lot going on in your life too. We all have things that we deal with all the time, and some of them are really hard and really trying, right? So those are just some of the things going on in my life. I am pretty busy all the time, but if I'm being honest, I love to Netflix binge watch TV shows. I spend time on social media, probably more time than I should. A lot of it's business related, but a lot of it's not business related too. There are things in my life that I do where I can carve out time if I need it, and most importantly, if I prioritize it. So that's what it comes down to. If there's something that is important to me that I want to prioritize, no matter how busy my life is, I can fit it in. I can carve out the things that maybe I shouldn't be spending as much time doing and find time to do them. So it really comes down to, is it something that you want to prioritize? Is it important enough to you? And if it is, then take a look at the areas in your life where you can maybe pause. You know, I'm not telling you to stop watching I don't want to stop watching my Netflix shows. I love them. But if there's something that I want to get done, you know, maybe in a smaller time frame, I'll be like, you know what, instead of watching 2 shows tomorrow night, I'm going to go ahead and just watch one and spend an hour doing this thing that's really important to me. Even though it's outside of my normal working hours, if it's important to me, then I'm going to carve out time to get it done. So instead of, do you have time for that? Let me ask you, can you make time for it? And that's all I wanted to share with you in this video. I hope it helps a little bit with kind of juggling around all the things in your life and figuring out what's really important to you. And when you do, make the time to do those things, and don't use it as an excuse if you don't need to. Sometimes, yeah, you really are too busy and you don't have time, but most of the time you can find time to do things that you really need or want to do. The last thing I want to say on this topic is, if it's not important, then don't do it. You need to be able to say no to the things that aren't important too, because that's going to help you free up the time to do the things that are important and meaningful and that you should be focusing your time on. And if you're feeling like you need some support We have a private Facebook group that's free to join for Etsy vintage sellers. And it's a great place to get support and maybe bounce ideas off of if you are not sure where to focus your time. Get some ideas from other people. It's always good to have people in your similar situation helping you out. So check it out. I will link to the free Facebook group in the notes below. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you liked this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel and click the little bell as well so you get notified anytime a new video comes out. Thanks. See you next time. Bye.